Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to our first ever official. All right, listen, I'd love some assistance from you because the working title, just that I put in right now as we began this, is Living Fully with Tara Marino. What are we going to name this? What are we going to name this gorgeous opportunity for us to come together every Friday morning for inspiration, for beauty, for love, for spirituality, for a plane taking off right when I start the live? The hair is getting lighter, and so is my energy. What do we think? Happy Frenchie Friday. Happy Frenchie Friday. SCD. Yes, Sensual Creation Day is today, is this afternoon. We will be moving. So we're out of the flight plan. We're out of the flight plan, flight chart, whatever you want to say. So let's settle into today. I would love some ideas of what we're going to call this gorgeous meeting every Friday. So since it is a Frenchie Friday resonance, right? To really be in that space of joy, of pleasure, of beauty, of openness, of prioritizing that which matters, of prioritizing our desire energy without guilt, without sacrifice, and really walking this way. So obviously there's a thread. If you've been joining us for Chic 365 Monday through Friday, Elegant Femme's Guide to A Course in Miracles, obviously there's going to be a thread of that everywhere because it's a thread of me. It's what I talk about, whether I'm talking to my husband, my kids. I was going to say my hairdresser, but that would be me because I don't have a hairdresser. I cut my own hair. Wherever I am in my life, it's still me. So that thread is still going to be woven through. What's going to change is that we're not going to be going through a lesson. This is an opportunity for us to come together, whether you are called to A Course in Miracles or not, whether you're following along in the Course in Miracle lessons or not, right? This is going to be something separate on every Friday where we're going to come together for motivation, inspiration, really the way that I start every time before we do the lesson. So I want to play a little bit today. As I was coming on, Dave said, "Do you know what you're going to talk about?" No, 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 no. This is going to be spirit led like everything else is. So we'll go ahead and open up with intention. If there's anything you do want to drop in the chat that's on your heart, any kind of comment, celebration, question, I can't promise that I would answer the question. This isn't going to be formatted like a Q&A where I'm just going to be doing that. But if I see a question that feels good, that feels inspiring, maybe that will open up the conversation. So feel free to share inside of the chat and we'll co-create this together. So I want to welcome you to the first official working title, Living Fully with Tara Marino. Let us close our eyes on this beautiful Friday, wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is, whatever day it is when you're finding this, and see if you can allow yourself to melt into the present, letting go of time. Letting go of what day it is, what month it is, what year it is, what you have to do. Just let go. Let go of any expectation. And see if you can allow that rest inside of you that sometimes can borderline feel like I'm going to fall back to sleep. And depending on how much you've been running on adrenaline, exhaustion, burnout, proving performance, sometimes when we do close our eyes and start to slow down in meditation or in rest, like resting the mind, we do fall asleep. And just, whatever it is, it is. See if you can trust it. Father, Mother, God, Lord of all creation, may this be a time of rest, of relaxation, of joy, of fun, of receiving. May every single woman here receive exactly what it is she desires and requires. May we play in the quantum field of creation, of possibility, of potentiality, of desire. And may every single soul who hears this leave remembering more of who they truly are. This or something even better for the highest good of all concerned. Amen. 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 Oh, I love seeing a friend for coffee. Perfect. Are you going to do that? Or are you saying that we're doing that together, Lisa? The name? All right. So let's start with this and then play with me. Play with me in the chat, right? We'll see where this goes. Since the working title right now is us now. Yeah, exactly. Since the working title right now is Living Fully, let's play with Living Fully because feel like the idea of success, similarly to living fully, is something that every single one of us requires to define for ourselves. It's a really beautiful phrase. We can immediately connect with the idea of it, probably even more so than success, because we feel perhaps a little more intimacy with it, living fully. So, what does living fully uniquely mean to you? Let's play with this morning. I'm going to invite you to put this in the chat and really consider this, because something really powerful and beautiful when we start to resonate and be with the energy of living fully is gifting ourselves permission to change our minds, to go in a different direction. The places where we have unconsciously attached to someone else's idea of living fully. Because even with the best intentions, it's very easy for us to get stuck in an ideal of what that means. So let's start with this. What is living fully? Here comes another plane. What does living fully feel like in your body? What does it feel like? So for me, living fully feels exciting. It feels open. It also does feel very peaceful and very natural. So it's very different, like what we would call inside an Elegant Femme. And if you're brand new, this is something really beautiful for you to know. And of course, you can take it deeper inside of Elegant Femme. The Indie, the Frenchie, and the New Yorker are the femme types. And this is the way with which we choose to live fully, an opportunity, an expansion, a conversation that we have inside of ourselves in Elegant Femme, of being able to align with the energy and the frequency of living our beautiful soul-led life. So the Indie is the being, the Frenchie is the enjoying, and the New Yorker is the allowing. Very simple, very beautiful, very potent. When we attach ourselves to an idea of living fully, an idea of quote unquote success, we can very unintentionally go into the faux New Yorker. The faux New Yorker is an immature femme type, an immature New Yorker who hasn't quite aligned with her power. And instead, she's based in fear. She's based in productivity. She's based in performance. Really, the majority of the world runs this way and actually rewards this kind of energy. The more I push, the more I prove. I'm really dedicated, right? Have you ever heard someone say or found yourself say, like, come hell or high water, I'm going to make it happen? And society's like, whoa, that person's really committed. And that person's really dedicated. They're like all in. And we can understand that. And we've all been there. And we can reach levels of success that way. The money can come, the clients can come, the desire can come in that way. But over time, women, especially, and right now, I believe in consciousness and the timelessness, but where we are right now inside the physical, women are really over this way of relating to our lives, I believe. And that old dynamic that living fully requires a push, a force, a have to, a I'm going to make it energy, a sacrifice, an exhaustion, a burnout, a what do I have to give, Women are exhausted and burnt out and just really over it. And what I've seen in myself and other women, clients inside of Elegant Femme, is that we have a tendency to go to two extremes. Once we identify that push, that performance, that faux New Yorker energy is no longer what we want, we have a tendency to go into a bit of hiding, a bit of contraction, a bit of on the opposite side of the extreme that says, I'm afraid I'm going to go back into performance energy. So I'm just going to step a little bit away from living fully. I'll live fully. I will live fully to the best of my ability, but I don't know that I'm wanting to go all the way. And I don't really need, right? This is the conversation side. I don't really need to go all the way because I don't want to risk going back into faux New Yorker energy. So I'm good. So this is an opportunity for all of us to identify, again, what does living fully really mean to you? What does it look like? What life stage are you in currently? And what is being called to express itself through you? So how is this resonating? Living fully to me is slowing down. It completely can be and is, right? This again, this is the idea of getting out of that rat race kind of mentality of I don't want to push, I don't want to force, I don't want to rush, I don't want to race towards the future. Living fully is slowing down in the present, in the now, being one with that co-creation energy, being so aligned and calm and aware inside of ourselves that we're actually in constant receiving. So I've shared this analogy before, and I love this because I did run. I mean, I wasn't a runner. I mean, I had people in my family that were runners. I wasn't really a runner. I did do a half marathon, but it was never like a consistent thing. But in junior high, I ran a lot, and we did the relay race. I forget what it was called. I think it was called something other than the relay race, where you pass the baton. And I love this analogy that you need to really time it really beautifully. You have to slow down. The person that's about to hand the baton has to slow down. And the person that's receiving the baton has to start a little bit of movement. But if you're going too fast, you can't receive it. You can't. If you're running at full speed, and this is life, if you're running at full speed and you're just, what's next? What's next? What do I got to plan? How do I got to control this situation? What's the next thing? And you're running, you're actually not receiving. So, contrary to popular belief, where we're taught that in order to receive what we desire, we have to speed up, we have to go faster, we have to be in that energy of constant forward push. In that, we're actually blocking our sense of receiving. And that is an indie femme type conversation. The indie femme type is the femme type that supports us in activating our sense of receiving. In, like Stephanie's saying here, having the awareness of slowing down in life, feeling safe enough to slow down. When we slow down, we increase our capacity to receive. And this can be very scary. This can feel very scary. If you're operating in a lot of faux New Yorker energy, which again, the majority of the world is, the idea of slowing down is petrifying because it feels like if I slow down, I'm going to lose everything. If I slow down, all of these balls that I have in the air that I've been managing, they're all going to fall. All the balls, all the plates, all the managing, all the juggling, all the illusions of control, I'm going to lose it all. I'm going to fall behind. All of these kind of surface level reactions. But underneath that, what is there? Underneath the initial, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose control. I'm going to lose everything. All the balls are going to drop. No one else can do it but me. Oh my gosh, I can't slow down. I can't afford to slow down. What's really underneath that is the slowing down creates space for the feelings, the awareness, the intimacy, and the conversation for you to have with your soul that says, what do I really want? AKA, what does living fully really mean to me? the tenderness starts to rise. The awareness starts to rise. The conversation that says, I don't know if I like the direction my life is going in. I don't know if I like what I'm doing for my career. I think this needs to change. I would love this. This isn't in alignment. And because those conversations are so tender and so emotional and bring up big feelings, we very understandably are not sure that we want to hear them. So we just continue to run. Can you relate to this? Can you relate? Being in the present, choosing every 10 seconds what is light and fun for me. I love this, Julie. I love this. Slowing down in the present, indeed. There we go. Tuning in with joy and beauty of the moment. Capricorn full moon. Christopher. I saw the moon last night. It was absolutely beautiful. Living fully, being present and trusting in my well-being in the moments I'm in. This is really beautiful. And let's see if we can play with it and have it be a little bit more unique to you. So if in this conversation you've recognized that slowing down, being in the present, honoring the moments of joy, really being inside of your well-being is living fully. Is there any imagery? Is there any awareness of what that looks like for you now? Because what we want to do, and we will be taking this much deeper inside of Sensual Creation Day today, and we are going to be talking about that gap where we have unconsciously become afraid of desire energy because we don't want to go back into performance. So we're going to be talking about that today and really setting forward the next 6 months in a way that honors creation energy for the sake of creation, not attachment. So we're going to be talking about that today. So let's begin, since Sensual Creation Day is this afternoon, let's begin invoking a little bit of that desire energy. Because the other thing we can do is, once we start to unravel the performance energy, the proving energy, the attachment energy, and we really do recognize, like exactly what we've been talking about inside of Elegant Femme in the Course in Miracles, that all we really want is peace. We want peace. We want presence. That's what living fully, like ultimately we want that feeling, right? Everyone does. That's what we're aware of inside. We want to know that we are love, that we are peace, that we are one in the mind of God. That's what we want to remember. Now, we can, as we start to unravel, go there and be in a space of a little bit of, now, see how you receive this, a little bit of platitude energy with our lives that says, oh, what do you want? Well, I want to be happy. I want to be at peace. I want to be present. And all these are beautiful things, right? They're real things. They're real things. I'm not saying there aren't real things. But what I want us to be aware of is that if we hang out in that energy almost from a state of ambiguity, and we unconsciously, unintentionally remove ourselves from desire energy and actually pull ourselves back and say, oh, whatever God wants, if it's meant to be, it'll be. I just want to be happy. It's like, whatever. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with what I'm saying. I'm speaking to the energy and the frequency underneath that removes your power as a co-creator, that actually unconsciously distances yourself, where we distance ourselves from our power, and it's actually masquerading as another element of fear. Like, I'm so afraid of being disappointed. I am not going to ask for what I really want. I am so afraid of getting what I want or not getting what I want, or stepping into the fullness of my power and hurting someone, hurting myself, being disappointed, failing, that I'm just going to hang out over here in this, like, well, whatever it is, it is. It's all good. And again, there's nothing wrong with the saying it's all good. It's the feeling inside that we're actually in protection and fear and not willing to ask for what we really, really, really want, what we really, really desire. Now, what we really, really desire is to be in the awareness of the mind of God. Yeah, we got that. But how would you know? How would you know in your life that you were living fully? We know what it would feel like. This is beautiful. Everything you all wrote here. What does it look like for you? What does a day in your life look like when you are living fully? Not saying that every day has to be the same. And it could be like, oh my gosh, I want complete flexibility. I want to wake up in the morning and have my body feel so toned and alive and beautiful. And I stretch and I just feel elegant and graceful. And I look over and my gorgeous husband is laying there and he's tanned and he's got salt on his skin and he looks so stunning and sexy. Don't be afraid to bring the truth of peace and presence and awareness and love and the things that we know that are at the core into the physical world and mold it and create it the way you desire to. Because again, we go to these two extremes. Oh my gosh, I have to push, I have to force, I have to get exactly what I want the way that I want. I have to control my life in order to be successful. Come hell or high water, I'm going to get it, I'm going to make it happen. We start to unravel that because we're exhausted and burnt out and physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually sick and tired. And then we have a tendency to go to the other extreme and we're like, I don't want to play anymore. I don't really want to play this game. I'm over it. I'm just going to hang out. I'm going to hang out over here. I don't really care. I'm good. I'm good. But not the I'm good. It's the I'm good. Right? Do you know what I'm saying? So the trusting yourself with the creative energy and the creative life force of living fully. Like I'm really living fully. I feel alive. I'm making choices and decisions that are above and beyond what I even considered for myself before. I'm allowing myself to play in new quantum realms of wealth, of health, of love, of beauty. I'm taking that perceived risk, but it's not really ever a risk because I know that I'm in the mind of God. I know I'll always be safe. So I'm going to play this game. I'm going to go sail around the world. I'm going to go live in France. I'm going to learn that language. I'm going to what? Okay. How are we? You at this 2 a.m. in Atlanta. Where are we all? Vegas. Christopher's in Vegas. Welcome, welcome. Allowing myself to feel, to connect in the space that makes me feel alive. I got sleep before this meeting. Beautiful, present in this welcoming space. Feel seen and heard, nurturing my soul. Stephanie, I'm loving this. Exactly what I need right now. Toned body, travel. Arkansas. I feel that I'm scared of my next level in love and holding back in the I'm good. I mean, this is a really real response. So one of the things that we talk about inside of our Femme Riche program, and Stephanie, I know you're in it, is we break down the quadrants of health, wealth, beauty, and love. So when I look at living fully, when I look at living my beautiful soul-led life and infusing the energy of living fully into it, I naturally look at these quadrants: health, wealth, beauty, and love, because there is no limitation, right? If we are really truly aware that we are in the mind of God, that we are co-creators, that we are here to co-create, to expand, to allow ourselves to receive that which we desire, that we are literally writing the script, we are painting the painting. And if we're still here inside the physical world, we're not done. And sometimes what we do is we paint a painting and we put the painting away and we retire. We retire our creative flow because we're like, that was pretty good. My life looks pretty good. I painted it. It looks good. And we take that painting and we put it away and we retire our creative flow because we're like, that's good. Like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm safe. The colors look good. The scene looks good. But we're not here to retire the creative flow, the creative energy. You're not here to stop painting. That's not why you're here. You're still here. There is another masterpiece in you. No matter how good any of these quadrants are, there's always more. There's always another painting inside. There's always another expansion. There's always another flow. And this doesn't mean that it comes from that energy that so many of us have had or are afraid of, oh my gosh, I'm greedy. What's wrong with me? I just want more. It's not a consumption energy. I'm not saying to get out a new painting, what are they called? Canvas. That's what they are. And just be like, throw, right? It's not this energy. It's not like, oh my God, more, more, more. It's not a hunger from the void. It's there's something new coming through. I can feel it. I know I'm not done yet. So, any place in your life where you've been hanging out in the I'm good energy, like when it comes to love, a lot of women, and this has been shared with me from clients, okay? The I'm good energy, and Stephanie, I'm not saying you're in this space, okay? But this is what I've heard and experienced and walked women through inside of this particular quadrant when it comes to love, where they may have had a relationship or an experience in the past and they don't want to repeat that experience. They've been in a marriage or a serious relationship that didn't end the way they wanted it to end. It didn't go the way they wanted it to go. And now they have recreated their life, their canvas, in this way independently. And they like a part of that independence. They like what their life looks like. And most likely, in the old version of the relationship, there was a lot of codependency. So now that they've established an independence, they feel good inside of themselves. There's a level of confidence, there's a level of awareness, there's a level of choice, there's a level of trust inside of themselves. This longing to share that with someone comes forward. This longing of love, of being in partnership, of taking things to the next level. But similarly to where there's a fear of going back into faux New Yorker energy, inside of this quadrant, there's a fear of going back into faux Frenchie energy. A fear of, am I going to lose my independence? A fear of, will I go back into codependency? Will I lose myself? Will I stop shining my light? Will I shrink? So this is a powerful opportunity. Because can we trust ourselves with that next level? Can we co-create with a partner and actually experience the exact opposite? Be in a relationship where there's a higher level of independence because the two are co-creating at higher and higher and higher levels together. There's a higher level of self-actualization because the two people actually spur each other on and see each other and witness each other in love and say, oh my gosh, I see you. When you forget who you are, I remind you, you're more than this. Keep going. I've got you. You're safe. So we get to co-create this. So this is a beautiful place, I feel like, for us to end because I can feel my energy that I could be on here with you for an hour. I know I could. So this is gorgeous that we open this up. So today's episode of Working Title Living Fully with Tara Marino, we're going to figure that out. This is what I invite you to consider today. What does living fully look like, feel like in your life right now? And where may you be holding back the real energy of living fully because you're afraid of going back into an old default? You're afraid of going back into a faux, whether it's codependency, whether it's financially going back somewhere so you're not going into the next level of success with money, with whatever it might be. This is something to really consider inside of this space, inside of this weekend, inside of this lifetime. Where have you unintentionally gone from? Maybe you might be pushing and forcing and making it happen, or you might be on the other extreme of like, I'm good. I'm not going to play anymore. It's not worth the risk. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of what might happen. So I'm subtly or not so subtly starting to pull back my creative energy. And so what I'd like to leave you with is this imagery of a beautiful easel somewhere. Somewhere, if you'd like to close your eyes with me, I invite you to do so. I want you to imagine a beautiful easel. Pay attention to what the easel looks like. And where is this easel set up? What is the backdrop? Is it in some, beautiful home on the water where the paint is like light blue, the shutters are open, the windows open, there are white gauze curtains, and the breeze is blowing in, and everything is like a light powdery blue. You can see the water. What is the scenery for you? Are you in a bedroom? Are you in a studio? Is the easel outside? Is it in front of the Eiffel Tower? Where is this easel? And I want you to imagine life. God, your soul, creation, love, however it is you see it. You're Frenchie, you're Indie, you're New Yorker. Pay attention. Which one hands you this? It might be worth noting. They hand you a new canvas. And maybe all of them together. They're all there with you. They hand you a new canvas. And you put it on the easel. What are you called to paint at this particular point in your life? Living fully feels alive. It feels engaged. It feels awake inside of this experience. So with that, the elements are with us. The wind is picking up. Enjoy this. I love being with you today. Go ahead and share in the comments how this was for you, our first official Living Fully with Tara Marino. Please drop any ideas you have about a new title for this time. We will be meeting on Fridays at 8 a.m. EST. Is that right? No, that's not right. 8 a.m. Paris to have these beautiful connection points. So let me know how this was for you. Let me know what came through. Leave a comment. Okay. Let me know what this is birthing inside of you. And if you would like, if you're called to join us for Sensual Creation Day, that is this afternoon at 4 p.m. Paris. If you like this conversation, even remotely, you are going to fall in love with Sensual Creation Day. So today is a big, beautiful, powerful day, July 11th. Apparently, Christopher shared with us it's the Capricorn full moon, perfect time for creation and also for unattachment. So how do we create at the highest levels in our lives while remaining unattached to the outcome? I'll be sharing that this afternoon. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Being here is living fully. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. I will see you on Monday. Have a beautiful weekend. Mwah.